All right, so hey guys, it's me, 80s Richard, guys. I'm going to give you guys my Copa America Matchday for recap real quick, guys. We're going to go ahead and discuss about this game in particular, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So we have a first match in Ecuador versus Peru, and for me, once again, guys, Ecuador, man. Once again, guys, they relented a 2-0 lead yet again, guys. And I have to say this on the day, that Ecuador, man, how? How do you keep doing this, man? And this is why I've always been a little hesitant with Ecuador because they have potential. It's just I just can't trust them, man. I can't trust them, and for them to like seriously do well in the not Euros, the World Cup qualifiers and the Copa America, they have to start doing better with this. And now with this result, guys, they have now put themselves in a position where they're fourth, 2 points, and now basically they have their final game, which was against Brazil, and a game which basically doesn't really matter for Brazil in the sense that basically they need to win that game to ensure that they are in contention for the knockout stage. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think they could still be eliminated. Yes, they can still be eliminated, guys. So, and by the way, guys, goal difference does take priority here. So, Ecuador, man, a lot to do for. And Peru, man, you got to give them credit for coming back from behind, man. Let me see if I can see usage. See the timeline here. So, yeah, there was the first goal, was an own goal. It was a really big own goal. I think it was from the corner, if I'm not mistaken. Presido scores. And overall, man, Peru, man, it's just the points, man. I don't know, man. Peru, man, you got to give them a lot of credit, man, for coming from behind. You look at the stats right, guys. 7 shots, 4 on target, 16 shots, 6 on target. And, Peru, man, huge props to them. And now they're actually third with 4 points. So Peru's in a very good position to make it to the next round. I think Peru basically qualified for the next stage. And I think Colombia as well. It's just depending on what position they'll be in, Now we'll talk about this game. This was a very controversial game, guys. A very controversial game. And people are going to be criticizing CONMEBOL, especially, the referees. And this was a game in which it was complete corruption, some would say. Now, I'll give you guys my opinion real quick. I personally believe the first goal, it made sense it stood, okay? Because let's be real, guys. The goal had already been scored, and so it would just been kind of weird just to disallow it, Now, I do believe there should have been a dead ball. Obviously, a dead ball should have been given. But because the dead ball wasn't given, you still have to count the goal, And obviously, Casemiro scoring for the header, I personally believe this game probably should have ended in a draw. But, and I think Brazil would have eventually have found ways to win this game, But you got to give Colombia a lot of credit here. They came over here and did something unthinkable. They were actually leading for Brazil for most of the game. And that goal from Luis Diaz was an incredible goal indeed. Back heel goal, a bicycle kick, man. And this is what we love to see in the Copa America, man. That was such a good effort, man. And then the second goal came from Firmino and Neymar. I believe he hit the post, And the Firmino, man, what a delivery by Alexandro, man. What a delivery that was. That was a really good delivery indeed. Not Alexander, Renan Lodi. That was a really good delivery into the box. Firmino heads it in. I do believe Ospina should have done better. I think that was definitely a goal. Ospina should have done better on the far post, near post. I mean, how do you not do that? Whatever the case is, it's 1-1. At this point, I'm like, yeah, Brazil's going to win the game now or even go for a draw. And then finally, in the end, they were given 10 minutes of stoppage time. Casemiro, Neymar puts the corner in. Casemiro heads it in, and it's 2-1 to Brazil, And Casemiro gives Brazil a crucial win, guys, in a game in which this game has secured a top spot for them, And let me just say this right now, guys. Now, some are also going to be wondering, why was 10 minutes given of stoppage time? The reason why is because it took a long time for the referee to decide whether the goal should stand or not, and the Colombian players were very frustrated. They had to, they basically had to consolidate the players, and they basically told the players why the goal did count. So that's why 10 minutes of stoppage time was given, okay? And so that's why there was a lot of stoppage time being given. And let me go ahead and predict with you guys the final match today real quick. So Brazil versus Ecuador. I think Brazil will still win. And then I think Venezuela versus Peru. That's a tough call. I'm going to say Peru still wins that. So I think the group is going to finish as it is. I think Brazil will finish with 12 points, okay? I think Ecuador, Venezuela, I think Peru will also get second. So I think Peru will get second place, 7 points. And then Colombia will finish third with 4 points. And then Ecuador will finish, Colombia will finish third with 4 points. And then fourth will be Ecuador with 2 points. And then Venezuela fifth with 2 points. So basically the only thing I've switched is basically Colombia, Peru. I think the two will switch places And yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. So we'll see, man. We'll see, man. And Venezuela, I think they're gonna get eliminated. So Ecuador, man, they just about hang on to the next round. And so what a good story it is for Peru to come actually second in the group. It would be, and the matches will actually take place today, guys, around 5 p.m. my time. Okay. Now we have Bolivia versus Uruguay. To be honest with you guys, Uruguay, man, how do they not win this game by a greater than 2 goal margin? Because Cavani, man, he had so many chances in this game. Edison Cavani was very, very wasteful in front of goal. And finally, man, Uruguay finally get the win, guys. And we could see how much struggling they are in front of goal. They cannot score a goal, it seems, and their goal scoring has been very, very odd, And I just think for me, they're declining as the generation peaks on. And I said this before, guys. Uruguay for me, I think 2018 was probably the last great team we've seen. And now this team, you can tell, is not the same. Obviously, there are some young players coming in. You got Federico Valverde, you got Ronald Araujo. Obviously, you got some of these youngsters, Bentancur as well. But still, man, I just don't think Uruguay, man, they just don't look like the same, man. Cavani, man, that first goal was basically own goal. And Uruguay actually had a really good chance to open the scoring, man. And what a pass this was from Torres. You know, let me see who they got that. Yeah. Facundo Torres, man. What a pass that was. And Cavani, man. Great finish indeed. And as I said this before, guys, you look at the stats, guys. 22 shots, 7 on target. Bolivia did actually have a few chances in between. They actually didn't play so bad as the scoreline suggested. But as I said before, guys, Bolivia just don't have enough quality in the final third to really penetrate through Uruguay, And then finally, we have the final match here, and this is probably the biggest shock of the round, guys, and that Chile actually lost to Paraguay. And this is a huge, huge result for Paraguay. And with this result, guys, Paraguay are actually second in the group, guys. And I said this before, guys, Chile, for me, they have looked decent. I have been impressed with them, especially holding draws against Argentina and Uruguay. But you lose to Paraguay, man. And with no disrespect, Chile should beat Paraguay. I mean, I know Paraguay is decent. I know Paraguay has some good players. Almerion, obviously, is a good player. All that. I just don't believe Paraguay has been that great. And I just think, for me, Chile, man, they really were sloppy in this game. Very, very sloppy indeed. Not very good in particular. And with only 5 shots on target, how do you expect to win with that kind of margin? I know they had a penalty appeal. I know Vidal was very, very frustrated. And the first goal was very preventable. It came from a corner. And the second goal was a stupid challenge inside the box. And penalty was given. And, up step Almerion, he scores, And you have to give credit to Paraguay, man. Huge, huge result for them. And I just think, for me, Paraguay, man. Paraguay is one of those teams that is very frustrating to play against. They're very compact defensively. And they're very, very annoying to play against. They know how to defend very well. They can defend. And with this result, guys, let's go ahead and predict the final match day of Copa America. So for Group A, I believe Bolivia's out. Bolivia's basically out. They're out of it. So Argentina, I think they'll beat Bolivia. So Argentina, that's basically a dead rubber for Argentina. Actually, not necessarily, because Paraguay could actually still top the group. Okay, so Argentina, I think they'll win the final game, which is against Bolivia. So I think they'll win it. So they'll have 10 points. And then I think Uruguay versus Paraguay, I'm gonna say. This is interesting. I'm going to go with a surprise pick here and say I think it's going to end in a draw. I think Uruguay, Paraguay, I could see a 0-0 draw taking place because I feel like both teams have been they just can't really score. I just don't know who's going to score, and I think it's going to end in a draw. So the final table will stand as follows. So I think Argentina will top the group with 10 points. Paraguay will come second with 7 points. Chile will come fourth with 4 points. And I think Uruguay will actually come third with 5 points. So that's interesting, guys, in the sense that basically, Uruguay have to beat Paraguay to get second. And by the way, guys, it's just fun fact for you guys. I did predict Uruguay to get second, and now I actually believe they'll come third. Okay, so that is my final predictions for you guys. The Copa America Matchday. 5 guys on the Belgium-Portugal game will be starting very, very soon indeed, so I need to rush this, guys. Indeed, and of course, I wouldn't have enough time. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed, guys. Remember, guys, to comment and subscribe. Check out my description below about my Twitter, Discord, and my email. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.